guys, it's Peyton, and today I'm going to be hauling a whole bunch of books that I got recently, but here's the catch. This was not recently. I filmed this video right after Christmas. Macy, shut up! Oh my gosh, this is the first time filming in a while and you're already freaking growling. I swear to God. So I filmed this book haul right after Christmas. You know, I went to that Barnes & Noble giant book sale. I bought like over 10 books there, and I also got a couple for Christmas actually. And it's still a solid book haul. I got a whole bunch of really great books that I'm super excited about reading. Some of them I've kind of read already. I don't even remember. I want to share it with you. So this is the video. Ignore the fact that this was a bit ago, and you can just click play and it's happening right now. Click, boom, snap. The video is going. Macy, stop growling. Okay, enjoy. Thank you guys for watching. Why is she growling like this? Most of these actually were from the Barnes & Noble sale. They had 50% off all hardcovers. I used Christmas money and I attacked that place because why not? Like, you know, I got every single book that I was thinking about buying lately. Do I have regrets? No. Does my bank account have regrets? Yes. Let's just discuss my disgusting thumb right now. I'm giving you a thumbs up, but I had a hangnail rip off and it was bleeding. So we're dealing with this today. Let's just go ahead and get into the books. I think I have either 16 or 17. So the first one that I got is A Psalm of Storms and Silence by Roseanne A. Brown. This is the sequel to A Song of Race and Ruin. I really loved that book. I've been wanting to get this for a few months now. Whenever it came out, I just never had the money to buy it. And I finally got it, and I'm on chapter 2. So this is my physical read right now, and it's a YA fantasy duology. And it's an interesting thing. It's an enemies to lovers, and they're both trying to kill each other. Karina is the queen. She is a recent queen of this kingdom because her mother, the other queen, the original queen, whatever, her mother was the queen, and then her mother freaking got executed, murdered, whatever. And that's in the description. It's not a spoiler. She is determined to resurrect her mother, and to do that she needs the heart of a king. So she has this whole competition in her kingdom, and whoever wins is going to be who she marries. And then once she marries them, she plans on killing him so she can resurrect her mother. The guy, Malik, his sister just got recently kidnapped, and to get his sister back, he has to kill the princess. So they both are trying to kill each other. There's a little bit of a romance. I'm not really here for the romance part of it. It's just the fantastical elements and the characters individually I really enjoyed from the first ones. I can't wait to continue with this duology and see if this one right here is just as good as the first one. I really love the first one, but it's been a while since I've read it, so it's a bit foggy in my brain right now. So I'm starting to read this one, and I'm trying to remember everything because I just don't feel like rereading the first one because it's really big, just like this one. Hopefully everything comes back to me. Next one I got was Here's to Us by Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera. I also got this from the hardcover sale. Actually, I got 10 books on the first day that I went, and then the next day I bought 2 more. 3 more actually. Oh my gosh, so I bought 13 books from the hardcover sale. This one I went specifically for because it came out on a Tuesday, like right around when the hardcover sale started. So I was like, okay, if I'm gonna buy this book, this is the perfect time. It just got released, and this is the sequel to What If It's Us by these 2 authors, and I really enjoyed that book. This one is a continuation with those characters. It's Arthur and Ben, and they have a love story. It's gay, and it's around New York, and they have like a bunch of failed first dates, but they keep trying over and over again, and it starts to click eventually. And they're just a really cute couple. I haven't read that one in a long time. It's been quite a gap in between the 2, but I'm sure as soon as I start reading this one, I will be enjoying it. I can't really tell you what this one's about because it really spoils the ending of the first one. I'm super excited to see what this book has in store for me. The next one I got is The Midnight Girls by Alicia Jasinska. I've been interested in this one because it is female romance, enemies to lovers situation. It's fantastical. It's YA fantasy. I think they're both trying to like kill a prince, or at least capture this prince or steal the heart of this prince. I can't remember which one. It seems like they're trying to kill this guy. It says if one consumes a pure heart, she'll gain immeasurable power. So it seems like they're doing some sketchy stuff to this prince Their ambition turns into a magical contest with both girls vying to keep the prince out of the other's grasp, even as their attraction to each other grows. So that just sounds so much fun. I love freaking kingdoms, shit like that, and then we have female-female romance. Give it to me. Two monstrous girls, one heart to consume, and a rivalry that could cost them everything. So they're rivals. They're both trying to consume the prince's heart, whatever that means, and I guess they end up falling in love on the way. I don't know if this is going to be a series. I really hope so, because tiny YA fantasies make me nervous. I normally don't like those. It's very hard to get the world building, the character development, and everything, the romance, to all work in such a short book. But hoping for the best. Maybe it's a series, maybe it's not. We'll see if I like it. Next book that I got was a gift from my mother, so thank you. It's Dear Justice by Nick Stone. She got this for me at YALLFest, so it was a signed copy. I did read Dear Martin, and I believe this is the companion novel, but this character is in a youth detention center. He is writing to our main character from Dear Martin, the other book. In Dear Martin, he was writing to Martin Luther King Jr., and he also was just doing his regular high school life. I think I remember him coming across this character at some point, and then it kind of set up for a thing where that character in the youth detention center is writing to Justice. It says, "Dear Justice, how did you do it? We grew up in the same area, went to the same elementary and middle school, even had a class or two together. Why'd we turn out so different?" Justice is currently at Yale University, and the main character of this book, Quan, is behind bars at the youth detention center. So he's just, I guess, trying to figure out how did their lives end up so differently, and maybe getting some advice from Justice. I don't know if he's gonna write letters back to him. That would be interesting. And I got another Nick Stone book, and it is called Odd One Out. This one's also signed by the author, because my mom got it for me from YALLFest. I don't even know what this one's about. So next door neighbors and best friends since they were 7 years old. She's his partner in crime and other half. So it seems like when one of the friends starts dating someone else, the other person realizes they've been wanting to date them for so long. So it seems like a classic teen story where they're wanting to date each other and they didn't realize it. It's a best friends to lovers sort of story. So this could be interesting, but also could be really dramatic because they're starting to date someone else and teenage feelings, you know? Next book I got was also from my mother. It is Billy Summers by Stephen King. This is one of his newer books, and I literally know nothing about it. I just really like the cover though. You know, I've read a couple Stephen King books. I have like a big Stephen King book collection from years ago. Barely read any of the books. I got most of the books for super cheap, but they're just really big books and I'm intimidated, okay? So it seems like this character, Billy Summers, is some sort of hitman, and he only kills the people for money if they're actually really a bad guy. He wants to get out of this situation though, and he's going to kill one last person. So this could be interesting. I would read that. Yeah, that's all we know. And another book that my mom got me is The Final Girl Support Group by Grady Hendrix, and my mom wrapped this in a bag, and my dog freaking found it and ate it, which is super unfortunate because she bought this at YALLFest, and yes, it is a signed copy, and Grady Hendrix even wrote a little thing and put a stamp of a freaking chainsaw. So that's super disappointing that my dog ate the back of it, but it could have been worse. She's done a lot of damage in the past. It's like an adult horror novel, and it's a group of girls who are all final girls, and if you've heard of that term, it's when like a group of people went through a horrific event and it's the last girl standing. So many horror movies have final girls because there'll just be one girl who survived and nobody else survives. So all of these girls have been through traumatic shit and they're in a support group together, and I'm assuming they experience more traumatic shit. I'm pretty sure someone starts killing the final girls, which would be really traumatic and triggering. Yeah, until one of the women misses a meeting and Lynette's worst fears are realized. Someone knows about the group and is determined to take their lives apart again, piece by piece. So that's super depressing. I can't wait to read this because I've read another book by this author, The Southern Girl's Guide to Slaying Vampires, and I really loved that one. And I met the author. He is so kind. He just can talk your ear off. He's so freaking cool. So can't wait to read more of his books, and I hope this one is going to be a good one. So another book that I got from the Barnes & Noble sale is If This Gets Out by Sophie Gonzalez and Cale Dietrich. And this one is about a boy band, and two of the boys fall in love, and like they're a really popular boy band. And it's like if One Direction really had two boys fall in love, it would be chaos. Like all the fans would freak out, you know? Like I just can't imagine how scary that would be to come out about this and to say that, yeah, we're in love with each other, you know, they're be so many haters, but there'd be so many lovers. And I just love a band situation. I read another book called It Goes Like This by Neil Moreland, and I loved that one. It was a queer pop band. We love it. And I can't wait for another one. I want more band books because it's just so fun, and I love reading about famous teenagers apparently. So I can't wait to read this one. I've read 2 of Sophie Gonzalez's books now, so I didn't like one of them, but I liked one of the other ones. So this one, we will see if I like it. They're co-authoring it too, so who knows. Next book I got was also from Barnes & Noble. It's Dark Rise by C.S. Packet. I've started listening to this one on audio, and I think I'm a little bit further than this, but I just got like struck by this cover. I saw it in Barnes & Noble, and I got it from my library on audio, and I was like, why not? Like, I don't know. I've been really wanting more YA fantasy, so this is a YA fantasy. It's set in London back in the day. This boy Will is on the run. There's a bunch of people. I'm like literally reading this book and I don't even know how to explain this. There's like a dark king from the past and he got like defeated or whatever, but they're trying to bring him back. There's this evil dude trying to bring him back, and Will is like the only one that can stop them. So it's like a chosen one thing. It's such a basic bitch plot for a fantasy book. So far, I don't really feel that much about this book yet. I'm hoping to fall in love with it, but so far it's just there. I haven't really fallen in love with the characters yet. There's also this girl who befriends Will, but she is a part of the bad guy's crew. But somehow she got stuck with Will and she's pretending that she wasn't a part of the bad guy crew. There's a little bit of a magical something in there. You know, there was a magical world in the past and people are trying to bring it back, but is that for the best? Probably not. Next book I got is Iron Widow by Xiren J. Zhao. I probably mispronounced that, so I'm sorry. And I'm also sorry for my dog snoring if you can hear it, because it's probably kind of annoying, but what can I do? I'm filming at 1 a.m. It's sci-fi. It's about a pilot, and I'm pretty sure a bunch of girls keep getting killed or something. Yeah, the highest honor for a young girl is to be selected as a concubine pilot. Supporters paired up with male pilots to power up chrysalises, the giant transforming mechas that humanity relies on to battle the massive aliens that lurk beyond the Great Wall. But the honor often ends in death, and when 18-year-old Zaishin's sister is killed by an ace male pilot, Zaishin signs up to avenge her. The vengeance is swift and brutal and unexpected, leaving Zaishin labeled as an Iron Widow, a much feared kind of female pilot who can sacrifice boys to power up chrysalises instead of the other way around. Oh my gosh, so this girl is a pilot and she's sacrificing boys because they killed her sister and she's pissed off. Sounds legendary. I just knew about this book from Twitter because iconic author photo, she's wearing a cow onesie. Legend. I just knew I needed to support her immediately, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful book. I'm not normally a sci-fi person, but every now and then I pick one up and I enjoy it, so I'm hoping that this is going to be one that I absolutely love. Next book I got from the Barnes & Noble sale is Skin of the Sea by Natasha Bowen. I've had my eyes on this one for a while because it is a YA mermaid book, and I love mermaids. I want to write my mermaid book myself. I have an idea. I just need to actually write it. And as soon as I heard of this, I was just so excited because there's just not a lot of mermaid books and there's not a lot of good mermaid books. So we'll see if this is a good one. I hope it's a good one. So I think the main character is a mermaid and a living boy is thrown overboard and she does the unthinkable and saves his life, which is against the rules for her freaking people. So she's trying to make amends and she's doing some sort of journey to do those amends, and she feels like something is following her and there's a darkness that she just can't escape, and I don't know. I'm sure there might be a romance with this boy, maybe? Who knows? But I just know mermaids. Like, that's all I needed to know to be interested in this book because, you know, this could be a freaking really good one. I really hope it's a good one because there's just not that many mermaid books out there, I swear. I just don't find them, and the ones that I find, I hear people say suck. So what am I gonna do? Next book I got from the Barnes & Noble sale is All of Us Villains by Amanda Foody and Christine Lynn Herman. Now, this one I heard about ages ago, and it was on my most anticipated reads of 2021 because there was like a whole tagline about being related to the Hunger Games because there's some sort of fight to the death competition in this book, and that's all I needed to know. Like, once again, there's just certain things that I like, and then I'm just drawn to it. And I've read Amanda Foodie before, and I liked one of their books. Forgot what it's called, but I liked one and then I didn't like the other. There is potential. Macy, please stop snoring. I swear to goodness. So 7 families in this fantasy world every year, maybe? Every generation. They have a champion that they pick out of their families, and there's a secret tournament to the death. And the prize is exclusive control over a secret wellspring of high magic, the most powerful resource in the world. Oh, there's been a tell-all book, though, this year that has exposed the tournament and thrust the 7 new champions into the worldwide spotlight. This book has given these 7 players of this generation a bunch of insight on to other family strategies, secrets, and weaknesses. I don't know. This sounds really freaking depressing. If we follow all 7 characters and I have to see them all die, and if I get invested in all of them, that's going to be really depressing. It looks like there's multiple point of views in this book, so this book could get really, really sad very fast because it seems only one must live, and wow, I'm really about to make myself feel pain, because what if I really like this book and I really like the characters and I fall in love with the characters and then only one of them lives? That sounds traumatic, but it sounds like something I would love, so I'm hoping I love it. I knew about this book before the cover even happened. I just heard that little Hunger Games tagline. That's all I needed to be interested. And then we have the cute, pretty, beautiful, creepy cover. So I'm super excited about this one. The next book I got, it was one of the first ones I picked up at the Barnes & Noble sale because this is one I've been needing, and it's Redemptor by Jordan Ifueko. I hope I pronounced that right. And this is the sequel to Raybearer, which I recently read in December, and I just started it on audiobook. So the other one I followed along the audiobook with. So I'm probably going to do the same with this one. But so far, I'm enjoying it. I think Raybearer gave like 4 stars, so I really enjoyed it, but it's not like an all-time favorite. I'm not obsessed with it yet, but this is a duology, and I think I've heard that this book is even better than the first one, so it could possibly reach 5-star level. I don't know. I really hope so, because I was at a panel at YALLFest with this author, and she just described how she was going through the worst period of her life when she wrote this book. So this book is so dark and scary, but she thinks that's why it's so good, and like that's why it's probably her best work. So I want to see how dark and scary this book is, because it is a dark and scary premise after what happened in the last one. And oh, I didn't even explain this shit. So the main character, Terasai, she is controlled by her mother. Her mother can ask for one wish from her, and she has to do it no matter what. And her mother has some craziness in her. So she tells her that you have to go kill the prince, and the prince ends up being her best friend. So she is stuck being his best friend over many years, knowing that one day she's going to have to kill him. So that's really freaking depressing, you know? Like, that premise alone is a lot to take in, and I can't wait to see where this one goes. I hope I love it even more than the first one, because the first one was good, but not like the level where I'm going to be talking about this book every single day of my life. I hope that this one reaches new levels, though. We'll see. Next one I got was also from the Barnes & Noble sale, and I had my eyes on this one for a while because the cover just struck me. I was so like interested in this book, and I found out it's a YA thriller, so I've been reading those lately. It's Lies Like Wildfire by Jennifer Lynn Alvarez. I don't know why I struggled with that. And I'm pretty sure it's about a group of friends. They're all called the Monsters. That's their little group name. And one of them dies one night in the mountains or something, and I think they're like burning alive or something. I don't know. There's some sort of fire. It's very weird. Like, listen to this. We didn't mean to do it, but we did. And now one of the monsters is missing and everyone's eyes are on us. This could ruin us. So we did what we had to do. We lied, and we have to keep lying. Telling the truth won't erase the past. We can't crack. Sometimes good people do bad things. And if there's one thing people hate, it's liars. So it seems like this group of friends is really messed up. One of them dies in the forest one day, possibly burning alive, because I feel like that happened. Now they're all lying about it. They all know something. I love books about liars. I hate liars, but I love freaking liars in books because it can make something interesting, it can make the plot juicy, and if all the characters are unreliable narrators, this could be chaotic. Next one I got in the sale is Vespertine. I don't even know what that word is, and I don't know if I said it correctly, by Margaret Rogerson. And this one, I pretty much just wanted because I liked this author's book, Sorcery of Thorns, even though I hated her other book, her debut novel, An Enchantment of Raisins? An Enchantment of Raisins. Oh my gosh. An Enchantment of Ravens. I didn't like that one, but I did like Sorcery of Thorns. So I do believe in, like, you know, sometimes you just dislike one book by an author, but really love another book by the author. You know, keep giving authors chances. Sometimes not everything they write will just be the same opinion on every single book. You might dislike one book by them, but like another one. I'm interested in this one. The cover's really pretty, and what is it about? Honestly, what is it about? The main character, Artemisia, is training to be a Grey Sister, a nun who cleanses the bodies of the deceased so that their souls can pass on. Otherwise, they rise as spirits with a ravenous hunger for the living. So it seems like a lot of dark magic. That's kind of creepy though. She's cleansing people's bodies so their souls can pass on. And it seems like one day her convent is attacked by possessed soldiers, and she defends it by awakening an ancient spirit bound to its saint's relic. I don't know. I really don't know what this is. Just weird dark magic. I couldn't tell you more. I just read that whole description and I'm utterly confused. So it's one of those that you just gotta read it to figure the frick out. Because I don't know. We're on to our last two books. This one, also from the sale. It's Can't Take That Away by Stephen Salvatore. Now this is about a genderqueer teen, and I met the author. Well, I didn't meet the author, but I saw them on a panel just like I did with Jordan Ifweko. This one is about some sort of high school production of a musical, I think. There's definitely a romance. And the school's not being great. It says, despite their talent, emotional scars from an incident with a homophobic classmate and their grandmother's spiraling dementia make it harder and harder for Carrie to find their voice. So I think the main character is trying to play the Wicked Witch of the West in a high school production of the musical, and not everybody is accepting of them playing the person, the witch, the Wicked Witch of the West. It just seems like a fight for what is right. And it seems like they also meet someone named Chris, who is a singer-guitarist and makes them feel seen for the first time in their life. So possibly a romance, but also a fight against the school. I feel like this is going to be a good one. The author really sold me on it, and they just seem like a really cool person. And they went to the same college as my friend Julia, so I think it's cool. So the final book that I got from Barnes & Noble, but for my Christmas haul, is one that y'all are mostly not gonna care about, but I'm showing you anyways. And it is The Walking Dead Compendium 4 by Robert Kirkman, Charlie Adlard, Stefano Gaudiano, and Cliff Rathburn. I've read 1 through 3, and I've read a big chunk of this as well because I have like the individual comics, but I haven't finished like the last little bit. So I thought it would be good because this was $10 at Barnes & Noble. It was on sale for some reason. So it wasn't a part of the hardcover deal, but it was $10, and these normally cost $60. So this was a really freaking good deal, and this is the last edition. So now I have the full series of the Walking Dead comics. I'm a big Walking Dead fan. I'm not caught up on the recent season though, because life. I'm really excited to just finally finish the comic book series, and it's just a lot easier when I read it all in one go in one book. It's huge, but it's, you know, it's a graphic novel, it's a comic book, so it's really easy to fly through this very fast if I just sit down and read it one day. So that was my Christmas book haul. Let me know if you have read any of these, or if you're excited about any of these, if they're on your TBR, if they're on your wish list. Let me know if you're interested in anything, or tell me what books you got for Christmas, if you got any at all. Let me know anything, honestly. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Like it, comment down below. Have a good day. Please subscribe. Make sure to follow all my social medias, which are linked down below, and go click the bell button, which is right by the subscribe button, which you should already clicked, and goodbye.